What goodies will fill your loot bag in the coming year? Will your memories be sweet to savor, or will some trick destroy their flavor? Time to see what's in your bag in tonight's reading, Tricks or Treats. Welcome, fellow Mooncats. Welcome, viewers new and returning to the penultimate video in a series of 8 special readings taking us all the way up to Halloween night. Each of these readings is drawn from an element associated with the hallowed evening, as divination at this time of year is a rich tradition, because it's well known to be an auspicious time for communication with spirit. And so we'll continue the tradition tonight with the reading Tricks or Treats. You can see that there are 3 doors at the center of the table. Each has a hidden message. I'll give you a moment now to choose which door to knock on. And it's okay to choose more than one, even if you choose all 3. For those of you who chose door number 1, this is your reading. And the first thing we're going to do is see the message behind the door. And the message here is Morning Memory. Its healing gift runs a destined course. The morning dawn, our inspired source. Meditate under the sun. This feels like a kind of recovery. It feels like being inspired again after losing inspiration. Dawn is such a delicate light, and so it's talking about this sensitive, very sensitive place, coming from a sensitive place within. And when we speak of the dawn, then we think of like a eureka moment where you're having an inspiration, you're having a fresh idea, something is just beginning or something is just dawning. Okay, so we're going to think about this dawn's light as we now turn to the tarot to get more information about what's in your loot bag for the coming year. I'm going to take a moment to adjust the camera so we can see more of the table. And as we're there, let's go ahead and start the shuffle. The first card in the layout here, we're going to look at what is being left behind. So with a new inspiration, there's something that you're turning away from, walking away from, or just dropping because it doesn't work. And we're looking for that answer in the first card. What is that thing? We have a page of potions, which we'll put down here. We want to know why. Why must this idea or person or situation or endeavor, why must it be left behind? Then we're looking for that revitalizing idea in the third card. What is it that is the new inspiration that will revive you, that will bring you into and so in card number 3, we're looking for the lesson learned. What is the lesson learned from the situation, person, idea, belief, or what it is that we're leaving behind? What is the lesson learned from what we're leaving? And here we have the Chariot, card number 4, we want to know, what is this new inspiration? What is this new energy to revitalize us? What new idea, person, situation, belief is going to be revealed at the dawn, at the dawning light? And that is literally the energy to connect to. If you can find yourself awake at dawn and manage to be in that sunrise light, it may be helpful to just be connecting to that dawn, and don't look for anything from it. Just go out there and be in it. Okay, so this new inspiration is the 4 of Presents. And where is this new illumination taking us? What direction is it leading us into? Where are we going? Where are we going with all of this? And we have the 4 of Needles. Okay. Now that we have the cards all laid out, let's put the message together. And I have a feeling, a very strong feeling, that those of you who have knocked on this door are artists. And you're in the process of developing your art or your skill within the art. And so that is what the Page of Potions here is representing. There's this this beautiful cup. In the regular tarot, the Page of Potions would be the Page of Cups. Okay, so there's this beautiful cup with this beautiful idea inside, and you're looking at it and just beginning, but feeling a bit unprepared and insecure about the fulfillment of that cup. And it's this sort of feeling naive and insecure. Thinking about this page with the cup, this is that state where maybe you're just starting out in a skill, or you may have just be at that moment where you've developed quite a lot, but don't yet have the confidence in your ability. And so this is that condition that we're walking away from. It's time to be the mature artist, not the beginning or new artist anymore. And so the reason why we need to do that is because you have powerful ideas to work with, ideas that need to be shared, ideas that need to be created. Sally is masterful with that needle. She can sew anything. And the idea here is that you must mentally and emotionally embrace your mastery of your art, because there's powerful communication that needs to take place. It's part of your purpose to share these messages that you have. And so we need to come out of that insecure, new, like fresh-skinned state into a place of having the confidence to wield the tool, whether that is a paintbrush or a pencil or a chisel or whatever your particular art might be. And so then what is the lesson in all of this is the Chariot. And the Chariot is that ability to keep moving forward in life. And not just that you keep moving forward, but also that you're creating success. Because the Chariot is the Chariot race occurs after a war is won. And so it's meant to show victory over enemies. And here these may be not, people. Your enemies may be thoughts or whatever holds you back. This is rising above all of that and charging forward. And the Chariot has lots of momentum, and it carries you directly to success. And so what is that eureka moment? What is your dawning revelation coming in? And this is success in life, that you too can experience success in life. You can have a happy, successful life. That is what the Four of Presents card is about. And not just that you have this happy and successful life, but that you're able to share it with friends and family and those who have supported you along the way. And so this is a beautiful place that you're heading towards. And there's this belief that needs to be overcome. And that eureka moment is all about the understanding that you too can be successful. You too have the ability and the power and the talent and the skill to have a happy and successful life. And that there's nothing to hold you back from having that. And then finally, in the outcome, the direction that you're heading to is the Four of Needles. And the Four of Needles would be the Four of Swords card. So that is about a time of rest and respite. And so you may have been through some hard times, some very challenging times, especially challenges to your stability in the world, or challenges to your survival, your physical survival. And so if you've been through a lot of that, then you're going to come into a time of peace, so that all the tumultuousness, all the frantic running around, and all the fear and inconsistency of your past is resolved, and you're in a place of stability and peace and happiness. And that is where this door is leading you. So walk on through this door. And that means dedicating yourself to that art and seeing it through, completing the projects you finish. That's part of the lesson being learned here with the Chariot. We're going to pull a couple of oracle cards, or whatever number comes out, to see if there's any further advice here in this reading. And we're using our Tricks or Treats oracle. Whoa, too many. Whoa. Okay, so what I would say here, with that much advice is coming out, we're going to just try to narrow it down to a couple of main major points here. But if that much advice wants to come out, then I would say to you, be connected to and working with your spirit guides at this time. And it seems that the best time for you to do that is around the time of dawn, as it was suggested in your door card. Okay, we have the card of protection. All right, and I'm going to see if another bit of advice comes out. Yes, right away. The card that's coming out is Hide and Seek. Okay, so let's consider those two cards. The idea in the protection card is protecting your own energy, guarding yourself from being drained. It's going to be very important to time manage if you're going to be able to dedicate yourself to developing an art or a skill and seeing that project through to completion. It takes time. It takes time and it takes energy, and you must have that energy. And so it's important to set boundaries and protect your energy at this time so that you can have the inner resources that you need to call upon when it's time for you to call upon them. Okay, and I'm going to read the message on the hide and seek card. Now you see it, now you don't. Time to stay in the shadows and watch what is going on. Don't reveal your intentions at this time. I was just speaking about this with another person who's a writer, and it's the idea that sometimes writing groups, they're not really very helpful. Sometimes when you reveal your idea, they take all the juice out of it with either shooting down what your idea is or your concept is, or because they're not getting it or not understanding, or they can't see what you see, or I'm not saying they're doing this on purpose, but it's not with negative intention, but it's just the outcome of well-meaning suggestions that maybe really aren't very good suggestions. Because when you go to a writing group, you're not among professionals in the industry. And when you reveal your ideas before they're finished, then someone else can kind of mess that up for you. And so this is a time to just keep it to yourself and work on it quietly and on your own, and let it be completed from your own perspective, from your own point of view, and as your own story or work of art or whatever. And that's where you have to overcome that sense of insecurity and trust and say, I am the master of this particular project. I am the authority who says what this is about and what it's okay for this to be about and whether or not this makes sense. And I think the most courageous thing you can do is to build and create whatever it is you're building and creating in your own view, and just let it be. Just release it. Let it go out into the world. And as difficult as it would be, but try to not care too much about how it performs out there, but know that you've done it to your own satisfaction. Okay, that concludes the reading for door number 1, and I hope that you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please hit that like button at the bottom of the screen. If you've enjoyed this reading, you might want to see other videos in the Halloween read-a-thon. And if you think you would like that, go ahead and tune into my channel. There's a playlist there holding all the videos, and you can watch as many of them as you like there. I am also offering free readings in the month of November and December. There's a link to my Calendly page in the description below. Go ahead and head on over to that page and sign up for a free reading if you would like some more specific information. Most of all, I'm just so happy that you came by today. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you in another video. For those of you who chose door number 2, this is your reading. Let's get the message behind the door. The art of life. There's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight. So this is definitely about being able to truly express the truest version of yourself. Truly embracing who you are and putting that out into the world. So that's at the heart of the matter here. What we're going to do next is draw some tarot cards to get further information about that message. And so bear with me a moment as I will move the camera back to get a better view of the table. All right, I'm going to do a 5-card spread. And the first card here, we're going to ask, what is it we need to walk away from, leave behind? What's not serving us anymore? What do we need to let go of? And here we have Two of Needles in the first card position. Now the second card, we're going to ask, why do we need to let this go? Why do we need to walk away from this thing? That was too many cards, so we're going to keep going. Alright, so that second position, we want to know why. Why do we need to let this go? Why do we need to walk away from this? What's important about doing that? Here we have the Queen of Candles. This feels like it's a very feminine message. Like this is going to be very much about the divine feminine. Let's keep going though. The third position came out real quick. This one is the Seven of Candles. And in this position, we are asking, what is the lesson to be learned here? From the Seven of Candles. It's a lot of energetic information because this is all wands so far, except for the first card. Okay, so in card number 4, we're looking for what is going to rejuvenate. What is that rejuvenating energy? This is unbelievable. In the first door reading, this very same card came out in the very same position. So we'll put that there. This is about what gives you energy, what revitalizes you, what brings you back into a positive state. And then finally, where is all this taking you? Where are you headed? Where are you going with all of this? Let's take a look at that. where we're headed is the 5 of Needles. Okay. Okay, so now that we have the cards all laid out, let's go ahead and get the message that's in them. We start in the first position with the 2 Needles. This is a card of ambivalence. This is a card of being pulled in too many directions at the same time. This could be a mental struggle, but I'm feeling like this is the card of someone who is a people pleaser, having a hard time setting boundaries or saying no, having a hard time wanting to help everyone and being completely drained by being pulled here and there and to the next thing, and just ultimately being overworked and drained of your energy. And so this is what we want to leave behind, is this it's a card of being just too nice of a person, someone who's trying too hard to help others, let others stand on their own and have boundaries. Of course, there will be times when you help, but you need to protect your own energy as well. And so we ask, why is it so important to walk out of that energy, to walk away from that energy of being the people pleaser? And the reason is because you're meant to be a leader. You're actually, though you may not even be aware of it at this time, a very charismatic person. A person who is meant to be at the center of attention, because that is the way you are meant to help others. You are meant to help others through inspiration. And you may feel this calling to be helpful to others. And that may be why you're in the 2 of Needles state. But we think on the independence of cats who do what is right for themselves regardless of anyone or anything around them. This isn't to say to be selfish, but to know when it's the right time to give and when it's the right time to put your energy back into yourself. The lesson to be learned from this is how to hold your ground, how to set those boundaries, how to say the word no when you need to say no. That is the lesson to be learned from walking away out of that energy. And it's gonna be hard at first, and then you just got to get in the practice. And one of the most common pieces of advice is to remember that no in and of itself is a full sentence. So just stop there. No explanation required. If someone asks you to do something that you know you either really don't want to do or really don't have the time to do, just say no. Then we ask, what is the rejuvenating energy? If we're turning away from a draining energy, what's the empowering energy that we're coming into? Well, it is one of personal success. It is one where you're tending to and building on your own personal foundation in the world. When you're being pulled in too many directions because of trying to be there for other people, then you miss your opportunity to do this, which is to build your own stability in the world. And so once you have your boundaries set, you're able to do that, and you're able to have this happy and very fulfilling life that's very stable and well within your means. And then are you able to share gifts with those you love your family, your friends, and the people who have supported you all along the way. And where this is heading, well, it looks like you have a challenge ahead, because this is the Five of Needles card. This is the ultimate showdown between protagonist and antagonist. This is that point, that climax in the story where they're finally facing each other, face to face or head to head, and it's the final fight. This is an oogie boogie, though, in this card, and I do feel like this is more of an internal conflict. It may be an external person who is creating this internal message for you. So if you have someone in your life who is constantly feeding you negativity and insecurity about yourself, then it may be a final confrontation with that person. Or it may just be that you have to confront those thoughts within yourself and finally overcome them, so that you're not in a place of insecurity that says, you know, I have to bend over backwards to please others in order to be accepted. Okay. All right, so at this point, we're going to turn to the Oracle, the Tricks and Treats Oracle, and see if we can get a little more advice about this situation. Okay, 3 cards came out, and this is very interesting. Best Friend, Haunted House, and Witch. So, in dreams, a house represents the internal structure of your subconscious and conscious mind, or you might even say that it represents your soul. What we're seeing here is that your deep consciousness, the structure of your internal mind, is being negatively affected or haunted by a witch who is a best friend. Someone who is appearing as a friend is not a friend. Someone who is the word codependent just came to mind, so there's a codependent relationship here that needs to be broken. And that fits in with the reading that we're receiving today. Someone's draining you of your energy by demanding too much. And they're feeding you. They're not just demanding too much, but they're also feeding you. They're feeding you the thoughts, beliefs, and words that create this oogie boogie within you. They're creating that it's like a subconscious monster that has to be conquered with your firm and total belief in yourself, and that's the boundaries that you need to set and fight for. So you are coming into a period of time where you must gather your strength, your internal power, your knowing of who you are. You must gather your strength together, being the queen of your own energy. Gather your strength together and prepare for this battle. It's a battle that is very important for you to overcome because it is affecting your foundation. It's affecting your ability to succeed in the world. All right, this concludes the reading for today. I'm going to put these back up here because, that was quite the confirmation of the message here. And to dwell on that. Best Friend, Haunted House, and Witch. I know it's a hard thing to face confrontation. Make the firm choice to do it, to have the confrontation. Make the firm choice to defend yourself and to stand for yourself first and above everything else. Yes, of course, we're here to help each other, but first and foremost, stand up for yourself. Okay, now that's the conclusion to the reading for door number 2, and I hope that you are enjoying this reading. If you have enjoyed it, then hit that like button at the bottom of the screen and help others to choose the door to knock on. If you did enjoy this reading, then you might also want to see other Halloween-themed readings that I've done, and the Halloween read-a-thon is on a playlist at my channel, so go ahead and go over there to view it. I am offering free readings through the months of November and December. The Calendly link is in the description below, so go ahead and click on that link and sign yourself up for a free reading. Maybe we can get some more specific information for you to help you out. Most of all, I'm glad you came by to get this message today, and I hope to catch you in another reading. For those of you who chose door number 3, this is your reading. Let's begin by getting the message behind the door. The message here is Three-Eyed Raven. A sunrise hits upon the dew. A messenger raven calls out with news. Prepare for the unexpected. It looks like you're heading into a time of magic and miracles with a raven messenger coming in. Okay, so expect the unexpected means that there are going to be some powerful changes and powerful gifts from Spirit coming in. So let's consult the tarot and see if we can get some more information. Okay, so consulting the tarot now, we're going to do a 5-card spread. And the card in the first position asks, what is it that we need to walk away from or leave behind? What needs to change? With the powerful image of the raven behind the door, you may want to look into the raven as a messenger animal coming in. You can find videos on YouTube or Google the raven as a spiritual messenger and see what kind of message there is in that. I do believe there's a lot about embracing the magic within you, and there's some indication of that. Okay. No. Okay, this first card is taking its time. Where did that go? Something flipped over. There it is. Okay, in the first position is the Four of Needles. In the second position, we ask why. Why do we need to walk away from this energy or come out of this energy? Card number 2 says why. Why we need to leave that Four of Needles. Justice. Justice is at stake. All right, what do we learn from this situation? Walking away from that. What do we learn from it? Okay, what do we learn from it? We have the World card. Particularly like the idea of the World card in this stack. All the doors. And where so if we have something that we're leaving behind, what are we turning towards? What are we going forward towards? And that is the Star card. And then we have to ask the final question of, distantly in the future, well, where is this star energy taking us? Where is the star energy taking us? We're going to need just one card. One card. Where is star energy taking us? And oops, okay. Here we have the Ace of Presents. Okay. Okay, so now that we have all the cards out, let's take a look at the message. I would go so far as to say that the message from the Raven is a wake-up call. The reason why is because the thing to turn away from, the thing to come out of, is the Four of Needles. Now, there are times when this is a very needed card, where this is a very good and necessary energy to be in. And then there's a time when we've been in it too long. Because the Four of Needles is about a time to take a rest, to be inactive, to retreat. Your time of rest is done. It's time now to become a person of action. And we ask, why is it so important right now to walk away from that retreated, restful energy? And the reason is because justice is here. The reason is because it is time for you to have justice in your life. Which means this is a time for you to see truly, to see with clear eyes. Wow. Okay, and then I just got a download from the Spirit of the myth of the ravens and Odin, how the ravens were his eyes after he became blind. And so we're talking about their message is to wake up and look, wake up and see, because something around you is not just. And you cannot have justice until you realize what that is. So it is time for you to get up, wake up, snap out of it, look around you, see what's actually going on. the lesson that's learned here is in the World card. So what you come to know, what you discover, what you open your eyes onto, it gives you a life lesson that you will never forget. It's a life lesson that lifts you up and actually moves you into a new karmic cycle, because it is profound enough to lift you up out of the cycle you're in. And so with the World card here too, there is an indication of accomplishment. And so that upon opening up your eyes and seeing what's true, are you able to then successfully bring justice into your life? And as the Star card here, we ask, when we turn away from something, what are we turning towards? And you're turning towards new, hopeful energy, a new zest for life, this new healing energy that fills you, gives you the momentum, it is being filled with the wonder for life again, being able to be rejuvenated, being able to have strength and abundant energy from that hope that you can now have inside. And then we ask, well, we follow this path, we go down this pathway. Where is it all taking us? Where does it go? Where does it lead if you choose to do that? And if you do choose to do that, then it leads you to the Ace of Presents. And in the Ace of Presents, this means receiving this beautiful earthly gift from heaven. So in other words, there could be like a great financial windfall or some form of great financial success in your life that you can go into now that you've come across these changes, and you've turning away from that almost constant inactivity towards the energy of that star, approaching everything with optimism and hope. Easy thing to say, a little harder to do. We're now going to turn to the Oracle card. This is the Tricks and Treats Oracle. And I'm turning to these cards in order to get some further advice here for this situation. And the first card that we have is Travel. Look how similar that is to the Chariot card. Very similar. A very specific message to travel. I wonder if that's intended. Travel on October 31st. Okay, well, we've got the message of travel. Is there any other suggestion coming out here? Let's take a look. Through the cards. And more advice. Two more cards have come out. We have Familiar and we have Mask. This is so similar to the last reading for door number 2. Okay, so the message here is quite clear. This Travel card is very similar in meaning to the Chariot card actually. But the card is about taking the wheel and steering your own life. Taking charge and changing direction to where you want to go in your life. It's not literal. It is about it's about owning your life and your life choices. And with the familiar card, what this card is telling you is that you have help from your animal spirit guides right now. So now I'm going to definitely stress that you look into the raven as one of your animal spirit guides with this card coming out. And that they're helping you right now because you, whether knowingly or unknowingly, have been wearing a mask. In other words, you've been hiding your true self from the world. That's what this Four of Needles card is all about. It's a time of retreat. Well, and that's what you've been doing. You've been retreating behind a mask. You've been hiding your true self from the world. And it's time to stop hiding. It's time to take off that mask, take control, and step out as the wonderful you that you are. That concludes the reading for door number 3. I hope that you have enjoyed your reading, and if you have, then please hit that like button at the bottom of the screen and help other people find a door to knock on. If you have enjoyed this reading, then you may want to check out my channel, and there are many other Halloween-themed readings there, as we are in the midst of the Halloween read-a-thon. You can find that playlist on my channel there amongst many other videos, and anything that draws to you has a message for you. I'm also giving away free readings, so if you would like a personal reading with more specific information, then you can go ahead and sign up using my Calendly page. The link is in the description box below. Most of all, I'm just so glad that you came by to get this message. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you in another video.